Hey Credit Warriors, Credit Shifu here, and today we are going to be talking about changes coming to the UK version of the American Express Platinum card. Now, this did come out a few weeks ago, so I'm a little bit late in doing this, but you know, we mainly cover US credit cards on this channel anyway, so I kind of held off with this, but I think it would be interesting for some of our US viewers to see what's out there in different markets, and obviously if you're watching this from the UK, then this is going to be interesting for you because this is the card in your home market. So I'm going to put on my best British accent and try and go through these changes. Now, first of all, you know, some of these changes are good, like the card's going to be getting a metal card, for example. Oh, hey, it can be as cool as the Americans, but some of these changes are bad. So we'll start off with the bad changes, and then we'll start looking at the good. All right. So the annual fee will be increasing. It's increasing from £450 up to £575. Also, the supplementary card annual fee will also increase from £170 to £285. One thing that should be pointed out though is that the first supplementary card in the UK, first authorized user card, is actually free. So that's quite a significant benefit. But after that, you have to pay £285 with these new changes. Now, for existing members, these changes come in on August 1st. So if your annual fee is in July or something, you'll still pay just the £450. It's only if your annual fee is after August 1st that you have to pay the increased annual fee, etc. For new card members, if you're just applying for the card, these changes will come in on June 11th. So you need to apply before June 11th to get the card with the old annual fee for the first year, and then you won't have to pay $575 until your second year. Now, the sign-up bonus spending amount is also increasing. So if you don't know, the UK Amex Platinum has a 30,000 Amex MR point sign-up bonus. That's pretty low by US standards. Here in the US, I believe it's 60,000 at the moment. But anyway, that's just the way things are in the UK. The market is different, the structure is different, everything like that. So yeah, the sign-up bonus is 30,000. Currently, you only have to spend £2,000 to get that, and they're going to change that to £4,000 in the first 3 months, okay, spending requirement. And that will also be coming in on June 11th for, well, obviously that doesn't apply to current card members, but for new card members, that'll be coming in on June 11th. So if you want it with the old annual fee and the £2,000 spending requirement for the sign-up bonus, apply before June 11th. Right, now let's go into looking at the benefits. Well, first of all, they are switching to a metal card. So presumably if you've applied after June 11th, you'll get the new card. And if you are a current card member, after June 11th, if you have your card reissued, or you could just request a new card, probably that's what they did here. Basically, when your card is reissued, the next one you get will be metal. And I'll put some images of us doing a weigh test on the US metal card. It's pretty hefty, pretty heavy. It works great for scraping the ice off of your car windshield in the winter. It's great for cutting up your cocaine. No, I'm just joking. Seriously, don't do that with it. But anyway, it is a much nicer feel than the the plastic cards, and it makes you feel like a boss when you throw it down in the restaurant to pay your bill. Now, in addition to the metal card, another new benefit that is being brought in is the £120 annual Addison Lee Credit. If you don't know, Addison Lee is basically a taxi service. It's a car service, kind of like Uber. I don't know, I don't live in the UK, so I'm not super familiar. I guess they probably do have an app because everyone has an app these days, but it's basically a car service, all right? Now, this credit is dished out in £10 increments, so £10 a month, and it does not roll over. So it's the same as the Uber credit on the Amex Platinum here in the US. I think we get $15 a month, as I remember correctly. But yeah, it doesn't roll over to the next month. So if you forget to use it 1 month, it's gone, all right? Sometimes you can phone up Amex and be like, hey, I forget to use it, and as a courtesy, they may one time just give you an extra 10, but normally, if you don't use it 1 month, it's gone. Now, some of the people talking about this online from the UK, basically, they've been saying, well, this is a great benefit if you live in London, or maybe some other cities in the UK, but if you live in some countryside area or whatever, you're probably not going to use this, to be honest. The Uber in the US, we've been able to use it with Uber Eats to get the most out of it, because to be honest, we don't use Uber all the time either. But in the UK, obviously with Addison Lee, it is just a car service. I don't believe they deliver food. So, probably you're going to be a bit limited. But hey, if you live in London and you actually use it a lot, or you will start using it because of this, then you are going to be getting good value out of it. So that's really all I can say about that. Oh, and the 120 amount, it almost cancels out the increase in annual fee if you use it. It would put the increase to annual fee at just £5, which is hardly anything. Now, there is another benefit of this, another new benefit that is coming in, and that is a $200 one FineStay credit, okay? Note it's measured in dollars, so if you're using it in the UK, it's £150. If you're using it in the Eurozone, it's 170 euros, and elsewhere that's measured in dollars, it's $200. One FineStay is kind of like a luxury version of Airbnb, okay? If you have a look at their website, basically they personally inspect every home. Only 1 in 10 make it onto one FineStay apparently, which is kind of crazy. So it's basically rich people who own homes, or anyone who owns a holiday home, when they're not using it, if it's luxurious enough and nice enough, they can rent it out through one FineStay. Now the terms of this benefit is that you get a $200 credit or equivalent, okay, in whatever currency, each time you use one-time stay, each time you stay there. However, what we do have to point out is that their homes are very expensive. Like, have a look at these ones. I was just checked out the Turks and Caicos Islands because I'm considering going there soon, and $4,000 a night. Okay, now if you scroll down, you do find some cheaper ones. Okay, 400 and even down to 200 a night. But most of them do have minimum stays. Okay, so like I found, this one is a 4 nights minimum stay. This other one's 7 nights minimum stay. Apparently, the lowest they go down to is generally 3 nights with minimum stay. Okay, so if you kind of add it up, it's not that you can just stay one night at a $200 property and get $200 off, canceling out the charge, and it's basically a free night, right? You do have to actually stay a few nights at a place. Let's say you spend, say you spent 3 nights in a $200 property, you get 1 night free, basically. So it's that kind of thing. It's not going to be a completely free night. However, the kind of advantage of it is that if you actually are going to use this service, like it's a valuable service to you, it could work out really well for you. Like, say you've got a big family, it makes sense to rent an entire house rather than renting to like 2 or 3 hotel rooms or a suite or something. It would be more cost effective to just rent an actual house. And you're going to stay like somewhere for a week, then it would actually make sense, and you get $200 off, which would be great. The only thing is, I think this is quite a niche thing, so I think a lot of people aren't really going to benefit from it. That's all I can really say about that. Some people it will be great, some people will just be like, not really, not really useful. For me, if I was getting this card and having this benefit, I may use it for business stuff, because like right now our company is planning a ski trip where we're going to rent an entire ski chalet or ski lodge or whatever for like a few people who work for our company and have a team building trip, and that will be like a week renting a place. So if there was a place that could be rented through one FineStay and it was the right price, and I had the UK card, then I may consider doing that for my company trip. Obviously this isn't a company card, but I'd have to get reimbursed. Anyway, let's move on and we'll talk about a few more things. So what we just talked about are kind of the 3 benefits that are being brought in. Another noteworthy thing about the UK is that the Amex Centurion Lounge will be opening at Heathrow Terminal 3 sometime, I believe, this year. So that's good. That's another kind of reason to get the Amex Platinum if you're thinking about it. There's also one noteworthy thing as well. In the UK, the sign-up bonuses tend to be a bit lower, etc. However, Amex does have a very generous referral program on the UK Platinum card, which is you get 12,000 points for every person you refer, and it's capped at 90,000 per year. Now that's higher than the US. In the US it's capped at 55,000 points per year. In the UK you can go up to 90,000. So if you are a person who has a lot of friends who will actually listen to you and get credit cards that you recommend to them, go and refer all your friends if you have the Platinum card. Also, if you have a social media following, you can also post your links on social media and stuff, and people can apply that way too. So it's a bit higher. If you want to, that's one way in the UK that you can still earn a lot of points is through referrals, even though the sign-up bonuses are about half what they are in the US. So guys, those are changes coming to the UK Platinum card. Do you think those are positive or negative? Will you use them? I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'd love to see some UK people commenting as well. That would be absolutely great. Obviously, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe. We do cover mostly US credit cards, so if you're not in the US, a lot of it won't apply to you, but you may be interested anyway. Please like the video, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.